Hello everyone. So I have with me TA Riya uh, Shah, All India Rank 2 from Ahmedabad. And first of all, congratulations, Riya. That's a splendid achievement. And did you manage to sleep at all last night? And how have the last, let's say, less than 24 hours been?
So thank you so much, sir. Of course, 24 hours, lots of feelings. Uh, up, I mean, a long wait for results. 11 p.m. को declare होने वाला था, and I got a call from the president, sir. 10 minutes before our results got declared. And I could not contain my emotions. I started screaming there and then, and my family, they came rushing to my room. And from there on, it was just tears and hugs.
I'm sure.
Then I did not manage to sleep at all, and I had to go out with my friends and family. And yeah, so there's that. And आज सुबह से तो interviews interviews and press conferences. I have not been able to sleep, but yes, of course, I'm elated. This feeling is not explicable. So,
Very, very, very well. But you've deserved all of this. And uh, so it in terms of your overall preparation, if you can guide the students as well, how did you manage, let us say, overall your preparation during the 2 years of study leave?
so before I went on to my study leaves, I'd completed all my lectures, of course. I mean, that was the aim कि मुझे बस lectures complete करके जाना है. Then I had 5 months remaining, so I broke that down into my monthly planner, then weekly planner. What subject will I do during what month, what week, and what chapter would I do on a particular day? And I try to make sure that I achieve my targets every day, each and every day.
Okay, so you kind of broke it down into weekly and monthly targets for every subject, right?
Yes.
Yes. And how did you manage financial reporting? People generally, when you take the entire course, it is probably the first subject you start and even the longest one. So how did you tackle that?
So I've always been skeptical about accounting in general because 11th 12th में आता था, but I could not score well. Same thing happened in intermediate. I could not score well. So this time I had determined कि नहीं सर लिख के करूँगे इस बार. So I practiced all these sums on paper.
All of them.
Yes. I mean, at least for first and second revisions, I practiced them on paper.
Okay. Okay. And how many revisions did you do overall?
So I had planned 4 revisions for every subject, and I managed to do that, or 2 mock tests over
Two
the period
mock
of 5
institute
months.
mocks.
No, एक मैंने बाहर से लिया था and एक institute.
Okay, great. And again, before your exams, I understand you had some issues and you could still manage to give your exams. So, what happened before your papers, and how did you still be strong enough to give all of that?
Okay, well, I'd like to say this would not have been possible without my parents being there. I mean, I'm so grateful for them. So what happened was 2 days before my exam, I had no moderately high fever and body ache, and I mentally broke down because when you have an expectation from yourself कि you have worked hard for 6 months and now you have to give it all in your exams, and you want to study but you cannot study because of your health issue. It it destroys you. So that's what happened with me. I sit with my parents, I talk to my friends. Okay, no, I don't want to appear in this attempt. I'm sure I can do it in the next attempt. but not this time. And I lost. So, I mean, of course, it was their encouragement which helped me appear, and they were quite adamant. You have to appear for exams. So I did. फिर uh, after FRK paper, I came home, and the next day I could not get up. I had some critical health issue again. That went on for all my exams. So I was on heavy medication, and I had to sleep for 12 to 13 hours a day just so I can conserve the energy to write for 3 hours. But yeah, I truly believe there was some force which was helping me write the papers, and my parents' dedication and their support.
I'm sure that is such a brilliant thing that you could actually garner the courage, and kudos to your parents and everyone around you to kind of back you in such a time. And to everyone listening, Riya would stand as an inspiration, obviously for giving AIR too. However, the fact that she could face that adversity the day before the exams and even all the other 6 days, and the fact that if you give your efforts, there's definitely a bigger force who will guide you, but you need to be strong enough to give the exams. And we're very proud of you, Riya, that you could go through and manage all of that. So very, very great. Also, during those months, how did you manage the distractions like social media? Were you on it or off it? How did you manage it?
I'm not a fan of social media.
Okay,
So yeah, I did use it, but I had a timer set for it. So I
okay,
used it for like half an hour after I am done for the target, no, my day's target.
okay. So that you could manage quite easily. And uh, this time the IBS paper was also not as expected. So any special preparations that you did for IBS or any tips that you can share?
So I did not get time to invest for IBS. I just referred some, mock case studies ICI from ICI's case study digest. I practiced them, and I was confident enough that I have studied my 5 subjects quite thoroughly, and law and costing का proportion देखा, and I thought I could manage that. Then I thought कि I have 1.5 days before my exam. I can practice law and costing उसके questions. But then again, I was sick, so I could not even practice them. And I went on to give the exam, and it all went through. I mean, I don't even remember how I wrote for those 4 hours. My eyes were blacking out.
Okay, okay. But uh, so at least during those during those preparation, during your exams, did you have that urge? What was the urge that kept you going over those 6 or 7 papers? If you were so down, what kept you going?
I couldn't see the disappointment in my parents' eyes. I
Okay.
mean, for them, I had to do. I had to try.
And so how was their reaction yesterday when you gave them probably the best surprise or the best gift that you can?
I jumped onto my mom when she entered my room, and they were all crying.
Okay, okay. So that's a very nice thing. Uh, Further, anything else that you would like to share to the students specifically for financial reporting when they are preparing? Any
So
specific?
as I said, I could improve my score in financial reporting in particular because I practiced the sums on paper.
Okay. Pen and paper is the most important thing.
Yes.
Okay. And did you practice MCQs separately?
ICAI BOS पे जो case studies है,
I
I did
said
it
US.
for every subject.
Okay. And they were helpful for you?
I believe they boost your confidence to a level that you'll be able to perform well in exam. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Fair enough, Priya. I think, and subjects like audit for theory, any specific way in which you can remember theory or anything that you used for that?
So I used faculty's material, of course. I did not refer module at all,
Okay.
but then there is only so much you can remember at a time. So I revised audit for 6 times. I had given, yes, and before the exam, 1.5 days, I could not study audit at all. I did not study audit at all.
So I think maybe your earlier preparations and your earlier hard work actually helped you a lot managing even with a difficult 1.5 days, right?
Yes, a lot. I mean, I could close my eyes and remember everything. ये पेज पे ये लिखा था audit में.
That's great. And how was your articleship? Was it very, in a sense, strenuous, or you could balance your time preparing during your articleship?
So I mean, everyone has 2 to 3 months जहाँ पे season होता है, you cannot manage work and studying. But other than that, तो I mean, of course you can manage. Articleship में 10 बजे जाना होता है. So I'm a morning person. I used to wake up at 4 in the morning every day.
4 in the morning.
Yeah,
Oh, so that gives you a good leeway in the
yeah.
morning before you start.
I mean, that is what I've done from Jan 1st 24 to up until my uh, ऐसा. I thought कि एग्जाम खत्म होने तक करूंगी, but unfortunately I could not. But I kept it on for up until exams.
Every day you would wake up at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
That's brilliant. But even we read, at least in a lot of our religious scriptures as well, that the first 2 or 3 hours of the day give you brilliant understanding, retention, and very few people actually could utilize that. I think almost everyone who's listening also would know that. But to do that time and again for a good 7, 8 months, आप रात को जब भी पार्टी शार्टी और अहमदाबाद में गरबा करने जाते थे, after that also you could manage this.
I did not. मैंने January 24 के बाद बहुत कम कर दिया था. I did not
Okay.
socialize.
So आपका focus mainly studies पे.
Yeah, and I used to sleep every day at 8, no matter what.
8 o'clock in the night.
I cannot compromise my sleeps. I need my 8 hours of sleep. I have to wake up at 4, so I got to sleep at 8.
Wow, that's really inspiring. So अभी आपको सब सूद शहद वसूल करना है over the next few weeks and days, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I guess that should be it. Thank you very much, Riya, for all the help and the guidance that you have given. And I also wish you all the very best for all the future endeavors. And I hope you kind of keep on fighting and shining the way you have always done. So good luck. And
Thank you so much for having me on the call.
yeah,
Thank you,
bye
sir.
bye.
Bye.